Welcome to Day 2 of the Florida Healthcare Association 2020 Virtual Conference, brought to you by our title sponsor, Bouchard Insurance. We hope you had a great first day. The following information is important to be mindful of this week. Attendance will be tracked after you watch each educational session. A code will be provided during each of the education sessions you attend. Once the presentation is over, you must submit that code into the checkout area on the upper right-hand side of that session's page. You can pull a record of attendance within the platform to see if you are receiving credits for each session you are attending. Handouts and surveys can be found within each session, also on the right-hand side of the screen. Don't forget to use the chat feature on the platform to chat with friends and exhibitors. As a reminder, there are some great prizes to be given out today and tomorrow for those who have the highest leaderboard point gain. We can't thank our exhibitors and sponsors enough for the great prizes they have donated and support they have shown throughout the year. Here are 3 ways you can gain points: by accumulating checkout codes after attending this meeting and any education session you attend live or on demand. Submit checkout codes in the checkout area on the upper right-hand side of each session's page. You can also collect exhibitor codes by visiting our virtual exhibit booths. Exhibitors will provide exhibitor codes that you will submit in the exhibit code area at each booth on the platform. Exhibitors will have different point values for their codes. The more interactive you are with the exhibitors, the higher the points will be for each code they give you. You can receive bonus points. Today, there will be an AMSC scavenger hunt from 11:15 a.m. to 2 p.m. Visit each of the AMSC member booths during that time, and they will provide a special scavenger hunt code worth high point values towards your leaderboard. Submit those codes in the bonus section of the platform on the left side of your screen. And lastly, don't forget to check the bonus point section throughout the week for bonus point game questions to accumulate even more bonus points. Today's big leaderboard winner will receive a $200 Amazon gift card, and tomorrow's biggest point gain winner receives a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses. Have fun and collect those points. Log on to the morning opening meeting by 9:45 a.m. and don't forget to get those points. Enjoy today's live keynote and our closing legislative panel. See you there. Please welcome Florida Healthcare Association and our Florida Promise Executive Director, Emmett Reed.
Welcome to Day 2 of the Florida Healthcare Association 2020 Virtual Conference. I'm Emmett Reed, Executive Director of FHCA and our Florida Promise. We hope you will join us for the exciting lineup of presenters throughout the day and visit our virtual exhibit booths. We've got a great legislative panel planned for you later this morning, where political strategist Ryan Tyson and my government affairs team will share insights into the 2020 election and give you a primer of what to expect during the 2021 session. Before we forecast the future, I wanted to reflect on what was accomplished this year and the series of wins that collectively we accomplished. We passed a $105 million Medicaid funding increase during session, which the governor signed into law in June. Given the massive increases in operating costs due to COVID, the timing couldn't be better. Yesterday, I mentioned the Feeding Assistant Program that passed out of the legislature and was approved by AHCA. This and other bills we advocated for will support your staffing needs, not just during this time of crisis, but well into the future. We also passed a formulary bill that will help you manage your residents' pharmaceutical needs. By now, you've also likely heard that Bob Ostalis, our chief lobbyist for the past 20 years, will be retiring next month. Bob's been a tremendous advocate for the profession and leaves behind a legacy of diplomacy, integrity, and unwavering service to our members and the residents you care for. Last month, I named a successor, and we're pleased to welcome Toby Philpott to our team early next month. Toby comes to us with tremendous healthcare policy knowledge and expertise, with his most recent position being Chief of Staff for the Agency for Healthcare Administration. He's a member of the Florida Bar, and he's well respected by state officials, members of the legislature, and political insiders. We are so looking forward to him being a tremendous asset to our association. As important as these victories are, it's just as important to acknowledge the challenges we've faced as an association. Canceling our in-person trainings and conference has hurt our budget, but our board acted quickly and decisively to pivot, which keeps our budget intact and gives us the ability to deliver events like this and other digital trainings in the future. We realize our challenges are nothing compared to what you're facing, not even close. But canceling so many of our events meant very little opportunities for our sponsors to fund our efforts. And their support gives us the ability to continue our advocacy, quality improvement, emergency preparedness, and everything tied to your membership investment. Thankfully, many of our sponsors stepped up and pledged to support FHCA despite those canceled events. Many of FHCA's pledge partners are sponsors of this week's virtual conference, so I encourage you to visit their virtual booths, show your appreciation, and thank them for supporting FHCA, your organization, and the profession. Now let's move on through the agenda this morning. I'd like to ask FHCA President Alex Tarantev and Senior Vice President Marco Carrasco to say a few words. Alex and Marco.
Thank you for joining us for the second day of the virtual conference. We're honored to have AHCA Secretary Mary McHugh kick off conference yesterday, and today we have the agency's Bureau Chief of Field Operations, Kim Smoke, as our first live presentation. Kim will start promptly at 10:15 a.m. following this membership meeting. As Emmett mentioned, remember to join us this afternoon at 2:00 p.m. for the legislative panel. We have a number of special guests who will join us, including House and Senate leadership, along with Ryan Tyson, one of the brightest minds in Florida state politics, who has managed one of the most efficient polling operations anywhere in the country. He is known for his straightforward, non-nonsense way of presenting and will in doubt generate interest and excitement, even for those who don't normally enjoy politics. It will be interactive, fun, and Bob Astalis, FHCA Chief Lobbyist, may throw in some fun polling questions to test the water and see what members think about the upcoming elections. Don't miss this must-see afternoon keynote.
Thanks, Alex. That does sound like a must-attend keynote, and I definitely don't want to miss it. Speaking of politics, make sure you visit the FHC PAC online silent auction and bid high and often for some great items. All proceeds will go to Florida Healthcare Political Action Committee. Due to us not being able to host an in-person golf tournament this year, where proceeds typically benefit the PAC, and it being an election year, it's more important than ever to participate in the silent auction. You'll find the link to the silent auction, which is fully digital, in the conference platform. Our next presenter will be Jeff Markulik, Bylaws Committee Chair. But before we bring on, I'd like to continue celebrating you, our healthcare heroes. Please enjoy the following video showcase of all the wonderful things you have done this year in spite of many challenges you have endured.
Doing what you're doing. Keep believing that you're doing wonderful things, because you are. Hang in there. We'll get through this.
Thank you to all of you guardian angels that are out there on the front lines that are taking care and trying to help save as many lives as possible.
It's a tough job. I know you're working hard. Please know that I'm praying for you and our seniors. And just stay safe. Keep up the great work.
Knowing that you are sacrificing your own health, your own family's health, to be a service of someone else. And that is a God-like spirit and a God-like attitude that needs to be saluted.
Just want to encourage you all to stay positive during this moment, stay neutral, keep believing, keep your language right, and just keep lifting each other up. Thank you for all you all do. You guys are some of our favorite people to work with in the world, and just grateful for you guys.
As Bylaws Committee Chair, I'd like to report the results from yesterday's proposed bylaw amendment vote. These amendments included to allow for electronic meetings, including annual conference, annual meetings, and any general or special membership meetings, along with the associated quorum for those electronic meetings. Additionally, we're recommending a technical edit related to the approval of the budget, striking the word conference and changing it to annual meeting. I'm happy to report that FHCA voting delegates approved the recommended changes. With no further business, I will send it over to John Simmons, FHCA immediate past president, to provide the 2021 election results. John?
Thank you. I am very pleased to present the results of the election held yesterday. Following individuals were elected as the 2020 to 2021 FHCA officers. President, Marco Carrasco. Senior Vice President, Anita Fallman. Secretary, Julie Bell Morris. Treasurer, Kathy Galen. Not-for-profit Vice President, Jeffrey Freemark. Independent Owner Vice President, Mike McQuilkin. Multi-Facility Vice President, Vernon Ziegler. Assisted Living Vice President, Stephen Rule. Associate Member Vice President, Matt Diepenbrock. Up next are the Regional Vice Presidents. Region 1, Isis Fernandez. Region 2, Matthew Thompson. Region 3, Derek Webster. Region 4, Jeffrey Markulik. Please note that Mel Beal has been appointed to the member-at-large seat by our Florida Promise per the FHCA bylaws. Congratulations to everyone who has been elected, and I wish you the best of luck, Marco, in your presidency. Now back to you.
Thank you, John. I'm excited to serve alongside such a tremendous group of people. I couldn't be more thankful of the opportunity. Before we go any further, though, I'd like to recognize Alex Tarantiv, who has served as the Florida Healthcare President for the last 2 years, 1 month and 9 days. As many of you know, he never runs out of jokes and lights up the room every time he enters. But what many of you don't know is the passion and intensity he has in leading this great organization. From the organizing the supply drives for the numerous hurricane recoveries to creating task force to improve our profession, meeting with every regulatory and legislative representative to ensure our voices were heard, and guiding Florida healthcare through the unprecedented times of COVID-19. He has left no stone unturned these last 2 years. I have big shoes to fill, and I hope I can continue his legacy and remain steadfast in continuing to build on what he and others have before him. On behalf of the Florida Healthcare Board of Directors members and staff, I'd like to present you with a special plaque and a special gift from Florida Healthcare as a small token of our appreciation. Alex, come on up.
Take a look at this later. So, the 2 years of me being president is almost over. Well, it's over. It's pretty much today. So it's hard to believe that my term as president of Florida Healthcare Association has come to end. And bittersweet that I cannot be together with all of you to give these remarks in person. We all like to party a little bit, but today we'll just have to go with virtual. It's been an honor and a privilege to have served as your FHCA president, and I'm grateful for the support of many of my families. My FHCA staff family, my company, Gulf Coast Healthcare, is a family, and my own family, my wife Stella, my son Paul, and my daughter Deanna. It has been very interesting and very eventful 2 years for me that seem to have passed in a blink of the eye. We've had a number of very successful events and significant steps forward for the association during my time as your president. But I'm also closing out my term during one of the most unthinkable times in history with the COVID pandemic. 6 months ago, all of our lives, in fact, our way of life, changed dramatically. In the United States, more than 5 million people got infected with COVID-19, and more than 150,000 people have died. I want us to think about it and just pause for a moment, because these are people with families and loved ones who are grieving them, and they deserve a moment to remember. When I stood before you in 2018, I had 3 areas I wanted to focus on as your president. The first was to continue engaging our members in grassroots and achieving political success. I believe we've accomplished that. Support we've seen from the legislature and our governor, the recent funding increase, and strong partnerships we've built with the agency and other important stakeholders are playing out right now as we navigate these unprecedented times. I also wanted to improve our image. And while no one could have predicted what this virus would do to all of us, I do believe that this has heightened awareness about our profession, be it funding, supporting our workforce, or meeting the everyday care needs for our state's seniors. The challenge ahead will be how we drive that conversation going forward. My final goal was continuing to improve the quality we deliver in care of our centers. We've seen improvements across all our quality measures. We are the leading state in earning national quality awards, and every day I hear from our members who continue to put quality first in every decision they make. I have so many people to thank, not only for supporting me over the last 2 years, but for being my mentors and friends all along the way as I prepared for this role. To the board of directors, I want to thank you for being so engaged and involved. Each of these volunteer leaders have been supportive and always willing to work collaboratively. My wholehearted appreciation for making my job as your president easier. To Emmett Reed and the staff of FHCA, you have worked tirelessly to support me and all our members, not just during these challenging times, but any time a need arises. As we move forward, FHCA must stay centered on our mission of continuing to support each of you, our members, with being high-quality organizations that remain focused on meeting the needs of your residents, from delivering exceptional care to keeping them safe. New York Times columnist Tom Friedman once wrote that in this age of accelerated change, communities must be anchored in strong values. He compares it to being in the eye of a hurricane, which moves along with a storm, draws energy from it, while creating a sanctuary of stability inside it. It is both dynamic and stable, and so must we be. Those words have never been more true for all of us at FHCA. We will come through this pandemic, and there is no doubt when we will continue to face challenges. Today, my term as FHCA president will end, but my work will continue. I will continue to ensure that our residents' care is prioritized over politics and continues to be the best in the country. I will continue to foster professional and productive relationship between all members of this association. And I will continue to participate in many FHCA leadership activities to move our industry forward. I'm confident that under Marco's leadership, FHCA will continue to stay strong in the face of adversity and also recognize how to best seize opportunities that come our way. I wish Marco, the board, and you all every success, and thank you for your support and friendship that have made my 2 years as president so enjoyable. Let the next chapter begin.
Thank you, Alex, again for your leadership and I know you'll be around for many more years to come. I'd like to now turn it over to Nita Fullman for our Treasurer's Report.
As treasurer, I'm pleased to report that the Florida Healthcare Association voting delegates approved the 2021 proposed operating budget and dues structure. With no further business, I turn it back over to Marco.
Thank you, Anita. We'd like to conclude this morning's meeting by continuing to celebrate those in long-term care profession. Please join me in watching this video announcing our 2020 PAC Star, Willis J. Gregson, and Arthur H. Harris Awards. Don't forget to stick around afterwards to hear the code for this session.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Daniel Bozeman from Drive to Philippus Healthcare. We called you here together for a meeting because so much of what we focused on over the last few months has been coming up with ways to address the new normal in long-term care. I believe we have a number of Willis J. Gregson Associate Members of the Year in the Zoom meeting. And I know each of you understand what it means to go the extra mile for FHCA members. In fact, that award was created to honor the memory and contributions of the late Willis J. Gregson, who was an outstanding FHCA associate member who was committed to helping associates with fulfilling his mission at the state level, and also worked to support members locally with meeting needs of their residents and their staff. AC Burke, on behalf of all the past award winners, I'd like to congratulate you for being named FHCA's 2020 Willis J. Gregson Associate Member of the Year.
Thank you. I have no idea what to say other than thank you. As you know, I work with a great team of people, and this is certainly a team sport, so everyone has to be involved in order to be a success. So I thank you very, very much for this.
AC, congratulations.
Congratulations. You put in a lot of hard work and focus. It's been just a pleasure since the moment that I met you. And Robin's got a great team, and I think you're an amazing addition to those that have previously gotten this very honorable award.
Thank you all for being with us today. My name is Cliff Bauer. It's my privilege to serve as Vice President of Government Relations and President of the Florida PACE program at Miami Jewish Health. Art Harris passed away back in April, and it is important to celebrate this man who blazed the trail that really has helped our organization, Florida Healthcare Association, become a political powerhouse that it is today and help move and advocate on behalf of all of our residents and patients that we serve. It is with great pleasure that I now wish to recognize Matt Thompson, who I believe has joined us in this, and now is a Arthur H. Harris Award recipient himself.
Thank you very much, Cliff. It is an honor to receive the Art Harris Award. I am humbled to receive the award. Any good that I'm ever able to accomplish legislatively is only possible because of all of the help and support that I have from my family, my staff, my organization, and the Florida healthcare team. You guys do all the legwork that allows people like me to try to make a difference. So without all of you, it wouldn't be possible.
All right, Matt.
Congratulations.
You know, Matt, you really, truly are the definition of a rising star within the association. Every time that we look to put a work group together, we look to bring people to the Capitol, we think about someone, to contact legislators, it's always you. And we're so happy to have you part of this group. And so welcome aboard.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Of course, I'm Emmett Reed, and we called you all together because each of you values the political process and grassroots advocacy. And we have important business to discuss related to that today, very important business. While we're all together, we wanted to recognize this year's PAC Star Award recipient. He recognizes the value of building relationships with legislators and meeting with them regularly so they have a better understanding of our profession and the challenges we face and the quality of care that our residents receive. FHCA can always count on John to bring a strong team from Southern Healthcare Management up for Lobby Wednesdays. And we appreciate that so much, John. John not only ensures they're well-versed on the issues, but he has built a team that knows how to speak from the heart when it comes to sharing stories with lawmakers about the care they provide. Since we won't have the opportunity to be in person, John Mangine, you're with us. I see you with that beard. This year's PAC Star recipient, John Mangine.
Thank you very much, Emmett. Just a few words. First of all, truly, John Noterman set that culture years ago. So he's the one that got us all involved as a company. He's the one that supported it. He's the one that set it into our culture. And really, it's due to John Noterman. As Southern is so involved, it just became second nature for all of us here to do that. Mark Cronquist has carried it on. I enjoy it, my team enjoys it, and we'll continue to do it. So thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Well, I am so thrilled with John getting the PAC Star Award, and I think that's pretty exciting, and I'm very happy for him and for our PAC. Congratulations again, John. We're so proud of you, and I hope everybody has a great day.
Congratulations to all our very deserving award recipients. The work you all have done has advanced our profession and will continue to benefit from your great work. Before we close today, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us. Today's checkout code for this meeting is HEROES, H-E-R-O-E-S, all lowercase. Submit this code on the upper right-hand side of the sessions page on the platform where it says checkout. The code HEROES is valued at 20 points and will be added to the leaderboard total. Make sure you leave this Zoom meeting and rejoin us for the opening live keynote session with Kim Smoke at 10:15 a.m. Her session is listed on the left of your screen in the platform. See you there.